Let's begin with a drum set. Listen for an explosive live sound. The snare should be crisp and the cymbals should ring.
I admire you when my living has a limit of desire to keep it going. I'm just knowing that my time with you makes a difference. How I'm feeling when I vibe with you. They can't divide us two. We got a bond like 007, right? Even on Devil's Night, you show me what the heavens like. Go ahead and spread your light, though I can barely see. I know you're there with me, my personal therapy. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary. You inspire me, look at you crazy when you tell me you admire me. Not an example for anybody to try to be. We'll call you bluff, but I know you wouldn't lie to me. Just a surprise to me, we got a bond tight, no one can come between. I have respect for you, you have your love for me, and that's enough for me. All I need to get by, let me be the method taker, Mary J. Blige. So many times I felt defeated, you always know the right thing to say for when I need it. I wanna do the same thing for you to keep it even. You can call me anytime, you don't ever need a reason. I'm right here with you, never could forget you. All the things that we've been through, everything we went through. Hey, none of it was simple, but I'm right here with you. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8 o'clock a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Friday. It's the first day of fall. Is it, Monica?
Yesterday.
Yesterday was the first day of fall. You can feel it in the weather, though. If you are like me and you got up this morning to go bring those trash cans in before you went off to work, you will have noticed the morning dew on the grass. And you also notice a little bit of chill in the air. It's definitely hoodie season. Are you a hoodie wearer?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It feels good, right?
I love my hoodie.
Right. T-shirt underneath, hoodie on top. Ooh, just feel fly.
I have one that should have been in the garbage years ago, but it's my go-to hoodie.
We have a great show and interview today. We are joined by Denise Flowers of Me and More,
Yep.
which can be found at the Chicago Premium Outlets, correct?
Correct.
All right. We're going to talk business. We're going to talk life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and we might sprinkle a little bit of love for the folks on it too today. As I mentioned, we've got some of the local news topics. We've got between Riverside and crazy information for you guys too. But for beginning, you grew up in Chicago. We just talked about
West Side.
West Side.
Yep.
Quite the journey from the West Side to Yorkville, where you're at now, and then having the store. What is the beginning of Me and More?
Me and More actually started with our mom. One of my sisters had a closet full of purses.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom said, you need to sell some of them. So she started selling them.
Moms are good for that, right?
Yeah. She started selling them, then it added some jewelry, and then we were doing all of these pop-up stores all over, doing all of these events all over. Then we were online, and then we started to open a store just as the pandemic hit, so that kind of put a hold on it. But within the last year, we finally opened the store.
Good, congratulations.
Yeah.
So what was it like I know the pandemic had a big impact on things, I'm sure, either emotionally and financially, but to going through the rigors of getting the store, what's that feeling of going from just the business itself to the brick and mortar?
It's the online business we still had, so that made it easier, especially during the pandemic. But just going to making sure we have a place that was clean, secure, concern about making sure our customers felt comfortable coming in there, mask wearing, making sure that the store was cleaned every night, not just a general cleaning, but really cleaning and washing down. Like now, we wash down the fitting rooms after each use because just of the whole idea not spreading anything. So now looking at retail and not just selling things, but also it has to be a place where we are not hurting the issue of this pandemic. We're not adding to it, but we are part of the solution for it.
Not adding to it, not continuing to, not getting people sick, not being a place, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were so eager to either get back in business or go back to normal so much that I think some of their standards relax. I'm able to see that in certain places. Are you?
I would agree to that. And I don't think we're ever going to go back to that normality that we had. This pandemic was a 2-year thing, and we still see the effects of it. For example, with me, I have a health condition that put me at a greater risk. So I have to take those extra precautions. And maybe that's what put us in the mindset. And then with our mom died, but she didn't die of COVID because we were so careful during that whole period. When we came in the house, it was clean. And that was before the pandemic, just as a soft precaution or a concern for her. But when the pandemic hit, we notched that up a little bit more. And we still kind of do that. And with the store, we're very cognizant of making sure that it's clean. I have one sister, she takes out a rag and she wipes it down every time someone signs their signature. Oh, okay, we got to wipe it down. So
on the machine?
Yeah.
Y'all got the swipe?
We have the swipe. You can do contactless, but they have to sign their name. Okay, wipe it down. So
I like that. See, if I see that, that's the kind of business practice I like. Because plus, too, for those who think like me, if you look at it kind of from the side with a light, the fingerprints and all that, yeah, hit that. Yeah, get that. I like that. Okay. Norma Peterson is here. She says, good morning. I have met this lovely lady, and she has such beautiful items. How about that? Got friends in the chat already. What time is it? Lord, it's only 8:05. That's an early one. Alex Arroyo, good morning, my dear friend. Maria Charito, Jen Ingram is here. Good morning to you as well. Me and More, the name?
So the name is really a play on words. If you think me and more or mi amor in Spanish, that's my love.
Mm-hmm.
So we are about showing love, but we often, especially women who are taking care of someone, and this came from the time we spent taking care with our mom, that you're so busy focusing on that person, you forget about yourself. And there's an illustration I like to use to show you how important you have to remember to take care of yourself. If you are on the airplane and they're giving you the instructions, they tell you that if the masks fall down, you put the mask on you, and then if you have a companion, a child or something, then you put it on them.
Right.
The reasoning behind that is because in the process of putting it on them, if you lose consciousness, you have no help to yourself or that child with you. So it's the same principle we want to apply in our life. We're not saying we have to be the begin all and end all of everything, but if we don't show some self-love, self-respect, take care of ourselves, we will never be able to give more. So our name means take care of me, and then we can give more. So we have to put some self-care in ourselves. Our health, our health, our homes, our bodies, we have to put some self-love.
I think that for a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, the desire to make the business work, check the boxes, make sure this, make sure that. I think the desire for that leads people to drive themselves more and more and more and completely forget about the me.
Yep.
You know, they forget about the me. And then that, I think, contributes to, many things. You know, if you don't get the adequate amount of sleep, wake up, you're grumpy, that affects customer service. No sleep, you're late, you're not on time, that affects, all of that kind of stuff.
Yep. And my sisters can attest to the fact that this last week I had very little sleep and I've been very grumpy. So I'm sorry. But yeah, lack of sleep.
Well, you made it. You're not grumpy today and you made it on time. So, shout out to your sisters for making sure that you're good, right? Okay. The time is 8:08. So what will I'm going out shopping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the outlet mall. I see me and More. When I walk in, what will I be greeted with? What's there for me?
The first thing we do is we greet everyone who walks in that door. I don't care. We will say, good morning, how are you? How's your day going? We have a conversation with you. We want you to feel like you're coming to visit friends. We have an area where you can go and sit down and just chit chat. We do have people who just come in and they take a seat and they, how's your day going? Hey, how you doing? That's just our store. That's how we do business. But clothing wise, we feature things like Boondocks, and Boondocks is one of our biggest fans. If anyone don't know Boondocks, it was a cartoon show by Aaron McGruger. We feature licensed Boondocks. So the items we have in our store has his signature on it. They are approved by him, and Regina King was one of the producers, so it's licensed.
Right.
We have T.I.'s brand, T.I. Aku, a king of oneself. So we have his brands in there. We also have local designers in there. So we offer our store as a place that they can showcase their business. I have a bracelet on that is one of my favorite bracelets. It is from an 81-year-old grandmother who makes jewelry.
Wow.
She makes some of the most beautiful pieces. Her items are in there. We believe that people helped us along the way. So we want to be able to help them. So we will, if someone wants to know how to open up a retail store, we have offered suggestions and try to help them not do the pitfalls we've had. We have Azalea Wayne in our store who is also a big supporter of ours, but she's now in Nordstrom. So we're competing with these bigger things or these bigger companies on a smaller scale, but with very unique items. And that's what our store, excuse me, we try to carry very unique items. We search, one of my sisters have a really good eye for what will sell, and we all bring something different to the place, and it's a well-balanced thing. So yeah, but first and foremost, you will be greeted with a greeting. How are you doing today? How's your day like today? Sometimes we don't get that greeting back, and that's okay. But for the 99%, we have a conversation with our customers.
You say competing with Nordstrom's Rack. In what way? Because you guys have Nordstrom's ain't got no boondocks.
They ain't got no boondocks. So in the way that having that reputation, and one of the things we often find is someone will walk in our store, see something there and says, hey, can you hook me up with that? This is not a swap meet. This is a place of business.
Right.
And the level of how they walk into our store versus going into Nordstrom or any other big box store, they would never say, can you hook me up with that? Can you help a brother out? Can you help a sister out? Or I didn't want to use brother or sister because it's, can you give me a discount?
Right. I felt you. But we doing this for their consumption, right? No, on that though, I've had this conversation previously in the context of doing business within different communities. I have two ways about that. I'm going to stick with it just for a second. On the one hand, I think it's more of, I want to say it's an education thing, right? It's really knowing, because there is a deal between I, the customer, and the business. Like, I should expect to be treated right and to be able to deal with the price or what have you, but also like the flexibility should go, but the whole, what are the specials? Are there any that, if you don't see clearance, you shouldn't ask for clearance prices. And I know what you mean, because I've had a few other people do that in business. They get so comfortable, right, that they just expect. And I think that that's something that, at least for Black folks, I think that that's something that it's a cultural thing. I mean, I can think with my mom going certain places, and my dad used to do that a lot. My mom used to hate that. Okay. Always try to find a deal. Like, yeah, what can you do for, like, sir? But then some guys will do it. Well, come over around here, and what do you think? I mean,
I would agree to a certain point, but at a certain point, I think I would disagree. And here's why. I had one lady, she and her husband and 2 children would come into the store on a regular basis. And every time they came into the store, they wanted a discount.
Right.
So they came into the store one day. We had been in business for about a year, and we had a huge sale going on. And she was, so what can I get off on this? And what can I get off on this? And what can I get off on this? And at the end of the conversation, and this is where I'm leading to, where I would tend to disagree in certain situations. This was a very educated lady, just by listening to her. Her comment as she left out the door was, you'll be out of business soon anyway, and then we can come and get everything we want.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely the underlying of not only unprofessionalism,
yes,
but a slight animosity, attitude, yeah, definitely the whole trifecta of bad.
Yeah.
You asked when we were walking in here how long the show's been around. We've been doing this for 2 years. I have people who are trying to do things and have tried to do things, and we are always live at 8. I mean, you watch Fox News, you watch CNN, you watch whatever. Even if there's technical issues, they still on. But the little thing says, we'll be right back shortly. I've had to deal with that too. People who know me, yo, my man, I'm running a little bit late. No. You think because you know me it's cool. It's not. It's so not. You know, I want to highlight your whatever. The only box you really have to check is just to be here, you know? So I do understand what you mean. It comes to a point to where there is no more discount or anything like that. You have to meet the chin-up bar of doing business. And that's just it with people. The time is 8:16 a.m. So the next question I have for you is, and I want to talk about the new era of business and doing it with the tools of social media, kind of pivoting to what we talked about, but yet the classics. What does it take to be successful in business, whether it's retail or what have you?
Knowing your business, first of all, having knowing where you're going, what's your goal of your business, what's your philosophy, your focus, whatever you want to call it, and then having some set purposes, some set goals, and education. We made some huge mistakes in the start of the business, but I can tell you this, I made that mistake once, I didn't make it again. And when I made that mistake, or when we made that mistake, we went and did research on it.
What was that mistake, if I could ask?
Just making sure we had the correct tax forms set up, making sure, or one of the biggest things, we went to this big vendor show. It happens often. All of the vendors, all of the retail environment, from Macy's on down,
right,
are invited to these shows. And we just gave the credit card. Here's the credit card, here's the credit card, here's the credit card. Well, we found out that's really not a really good idea, because although they are at that show, they may not be as reputable. So giving that credit card out to someone is not necessarily a good idea. Really isn't a good idea.
Right.
You would say, no, I'm not going to give you a card. Call me when you get ready to ship and I'll give you a credit card. Because what we end up having was people just charging the card for stuff we didn't order. And we're like, did we order that?
Right.
No, that doesn't.
8 boxes of peanut butter. What the?
We got these one pair of pants in, and my sisters and I looked at each other like, who in their right mind ordered those? And none of us did. So we went back through our receipts. No. But the company said we did.
Right.
They had our credit card.
Right.
So,
because the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Last four is 8321. Expiration date? Okay.
Yeah. So we got some really ugly pants, and we were stuck with them. So now we do our research on our companies before we give them the credit card. Even after we give them on the phone, we know now who we're dealing with. We don't, just because you at that show, we don't think that the show did their due diligence.
Sure.
We make sure we do our due diligence.
Because a lot of times, once upon a time in my life, I worked for a company that organized those big McCormick shows at McCormick Place, selling knives and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's only certain things that you have to do to be like there. So you could be like the worst business on earth. If you got your form filled out, contact number, you paid $200, you got a table, you're there. And then here you are, the customer, thinking that, oh wow, it's at McCormick Place, such and such business must be legit. Nah, no.
We had this one vendor, and he had some really nice things. At the last show we went to, and he's like, "You can Zelle me the money." Oh no, we don't Zelle money, not to a vendor. No. So we can do a wire transfer. We can do that. Well, I take cash. Oh no, you're not going to take cash to tell me you're going to ship something. No.
Right, that's not happening.
So even though we liked the products, we walked away.
So can it seems like it seems like the West Side of Chicago did provide some type of basis.
Yeah, it
right?
did.
There is. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
There is there is a little bit of flags going up there.
Yeah.
We didn't seen that before.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things, and we'll keep going with this because I did want to ask about the new aspect, social media, what have you. These are the kind of things that I think a lot of people who have, no matter how big your dream is, they need to walk in the reality first of doing business like this and understanding that kind of stuff. People have the greatest ideas in the world, but without, in some cases, the proper documentation or what have you, it is going to fail. It is going to fail, no matter how great it is, I know a friend, her dad is a fantastic mechanic. He can look at the car and get it running, but the man is not licensed in any capacity. Oh, they hating on my dad. They can't get. Is he licensed? No, he's not. He's been doing it for 50 years, Curtis. It don't matter. The city don't want to see. I've been doing it 50 years. They want to see, do you have document be uploaded?
And that document fills out every year, so we know now the documents, and we make sure it's done on time, in place, all the I's dotted, no question comes back.
So that was what you learned and had to get right. What did you do right?
What we picked.
Okay.
Like I said, my one sister has a really good eye for clothing. Actually, all of them do different aspects. I never considered myself a clothes person. I've always been the book person. For many years, they would do my own shopping. They didn't trust me to dress myself.
Like, you can't come to the family party no more with the green pants, orange shirt. Nah,
you ain't wearing that.
Hey Denise, we got you, girl.
So, and they know what sells, and they know what's on, what is trending, what is like. And my one sister, she has such a good eye. She knows what's trending before it hits here. So she knows that and most people don't know that there's actually a mapping of what trends. So what's new will hit New York first. Mm-hmm. It will come to Chicago, then hit California. So we often have, because she goes to a lot of shows in New York, we often have stuff in Chicago before people in Chicago knows it's trending.
Right.
So
yeah. That's why, I like that. You gotta keep your ear to the street.
Yeah.
You gotta know what's happening out there. In politics, as some of you in the chat may know, you gotta know the price of bread in the store. Folks ain't gonna, I see the sign. Where do you shop at? That kind of thing. So you got to know what's happening out there. All right. The time is 8:23 a.m. Good morning to all you great people. Gloria Gerardo, good morning to you. Huey kept it real on the Boondocks. Alex Arroyo says, I love the Boondocks. That's a popular show. It was a popular show. Good one. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning to you. Cindy Morales, get ready for the Cubs Broad Drive. And Alvin Soto, good morning to you, dear friend. Monica, would you be so kind as to take us to a commercial and give us some of that good local news?
Of course. Good morning, everyone. Here are your local headlines. Real news, real people, real stories, 100% Aurora. Don't forget to please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our content. There you can also watch all of our interviews and receive notifications when we go live. Saturday, September 25th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m., there will be a Kane County Expungement Clinic hosted by the Office of the Kane County State's Attorney and the Kane County Circuit Clerk. Registration is required. This will take place at Gale Borden Public Library in Elgin. Staff from the Circuit Clerk's office will be on hand to answer questions and for assistance. For more information, you can contact the Office of the Circuit Clerk at the email and phone number listed on the flyer. Wednesday, September 28th, join our friends of DVA Leadership and Development Training at Cotton Seed Creative Exchange for a great event, a multi-generational conversation about trauma. Let's talk about mental health and wellness. This will be from 5 to 8 p.m. and will feature a book signing with V.L. Harrison, the author of Hood Healing. Shout out to Cotton Seed Creative Exchange. Get to know them at 64 South River Street. Registration for the event, I'll be sharing that link with you all in our chat. Also, October 16th, Marie Wilkinson's is hosting their Fill the Bowls event at Gaslight Manor. This will be from 1 to 4 p.m. and will be a lot of fun. Raffles, a wine pool, live music, and great company. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Marie Wilkinson's website. I'll be sharing that link with you all in our chats. And don't forget, senior meal distributions have returned. State Representatives Hernandez, Kippowa, and Wheeler have teamed up once again on specific Mondays through spring and summer. The following are on September 26th, October 3rd, and 24th. Adults 60 years of age and older are eligible for 5 frozen meals. You are not eligible if currently enrolled in the Meals on Wheels program. This will be done in a drive-up fashion at St. Athanasius Greek Orthodox Church, located at 1855 5th Avenue in Aurora. Shout outs to our great state representatives for all that they do.
Absolutely. Thank you very much to our great state representatives like Barb Hernandez, Keith Wheeler, and Stephanie Kifwit, United States Marine Corps, Illinois House District 84, and also member of American Legion Roosevelt Post 84. 100 years of being around. The post is named after Teddy Roosevelt's son, who was killed flying over France in World War I in 1917, was it? If Curtis is wrong on the date, fact checker, brother Tracy. Okay. Jose Bosque is here. Let me tell you something about Jose Bosque, and then we'll get back to our fantastic conversation. Jose Bosque is a member of, he is one of the team of the Friends of Masons.
Okay.
Out there in Elgin, Illinois, and he and the rest of those fantastic men put on the Hispanic Heritage Caravan over the weekend. We had Yeses Patras here. They had it in Elgin. It was a great event. Shouts out to them and all that those wonderful men do. The time is 8:27 a.m. Okay. So what's next for Me and More? What we got on the calendar?
Tomorrow we're having our first annual, and I call it our first annual because it's not the last one, fashion show, and it will be out at the Aurora Outlet Mall, right outside our store. Our store is right in front of the fountain area.
Okay.
So it's outside. We will have a DJ, music starting at 11. The show, the models will start walking out. We're scheduled for them to start walking out around 12:30 or so, but the MC will start at 12.
Okay.
And the thing about this particular show is we wanted to showcase our customers, and our customers, they took it on. So we do have a few professional models, but 95% of the models are our customers.
Great.
They are going to model their wares. We've got from every size, every type, because we are all beautiful in some way. We have this stereotypical of what we think is beautiful, but we're all beautiful.
Absolutely.
So we're going to showcase that. We were having some of our customers came in yesterday, and we were having fun just watching them trying to model and walk in the walk and what they're going to do, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good family event, people enjoying themselves.
All right. The first annual. Amen to that. Claiming that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that now.
So next year we're going to have it again.
So what is the, and this is where I have to be honest with you. I think this is kind of where the strength of you individually is showing. You are a business owner, successfully running this business, but you're also putting on a fashion show. What is it like to plan for that's a lot of moving parts.
Okay, and add
you're
full-time student.
So admirable hats that you're wearing. What's it? Talk me through it. What's it?
It's a lot of coordination. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's a lot of me releasing responsibility to other people and not trying to take on everything.
The word of the day is delegate. Monica, if you would be so kind. The word of the day is delegate. See, that's right.
Can't do it all.
Right.
So we have to delegate, and everybody's stepping up. From our customers, to my sisters, to my nieces and nephew, to friends, all just jumping in and helping out. Can we do this? Can we do that? What does it look like doing this? And helping me find a DJ and what clothes we're gonna wear. So it's a team effort. It's not a one-person show.
Since you're gonna be in the middle of the outlet mall in a heavy traffic area outside of your store, what is the music going to be like? What's the atmosphere that you're trying to put on? Because mostly I think that typically with fashion shows, there's the organizer kind of, I'm a novice, I haven't done one before, I'm just on the outside looking in here, but the organizer kind of has the full and sole use of the facility, so you can have maybe is it going to be tempered to a certain theme, or?
We do have a theme, but it was our theme. Our theme is me being me.
Okay.
And it's a play on word. It's M-I being me. And the DJ is DJ Lip Gloss. She's from Chicago, West Side.
DJ Lip Gloss?
Mm-hmm. And it will be, as my nephew will say, lit.
Right. They say
That's
that.
That's the word, lit.
The young kids say that about this show. I heard your podcast, man, is lit, bro. Like, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So, it's not going to be subdued. It's going to be upbeat. So, the DJ is starting at 11. Show starting walking 12:30. We will finish up around 2:30 or so. She will continue to play until 4. So,
okay. Is there a primacy of young models, mostly women, all women?
No. We have a men line too.
Okay.
So we do sell men clothing. We didn't get all the ones we in, as I was telling you earlier. Some of our clothing didn't quite make it. So most of we don't have as much men line or men wear. And when I say men, I'm talking about suits, more for not urban wear, because we do feature a lot of urban wear, but we also feature the look that you can go into a professional building and still have that vibe about yourself, but be very professional, very distinct.
I like seeing that.
Yeah.
That's something that, boy, you look at those pictures of the brothers, West Side, South Side, right? I mean, just, looking good. Plus, also, I have friends who do a lot of job training now. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they do, in addition to resume building, is teaching brothers how to tie ties and things like that. Getting them prepared, kind of mind, body, and soul when they walk into whatever it is. Don't go into the job interview with your jeans on.
Yes.
Please don't. You got Jordans on with the tattoo showing on your neck. Come on. Right? So it's preparing people for success by making them look at themselves better, kind of thing too. I guess, which is the spirit of me and more, and right, taking care of yourself, kind of thing. So it's going to be from noon to 2:30 tomorrow, but it'll end at 4. Music will still be going on till 4:00 p.m. at the Outlet Mall. Right where the fountain is. Me and More is the store. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the area, I know some of y'all will be shopping because you already told me. Well, Curtis, I'm going to the mall, so we have. What are you doing Saturday night, Kurt? Go to Me and More. Go to the fashion show. Take some pictures and see some good fashion. You got ties in there?
We don't right now,
okay,
but we will. We have a few. We had bought these wonderful brands of shirts. I have about 3 or 4 left. The quality of it, it's something that you can put a tie on, mm-hmm, and you're good. Take that tie off. When you pull it back, it has colors and pull. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Those sold. So we got more coming in though. So
I like it. But you got men's wear. There is men's wear in the store.
There is men's wear.
Okay. All right. So the time is 8:34 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. So I have those couple of quick news topics that I'm going to detail, and then we will get back to our great discussion. Then we'll talk about, we'll talk some more about the classics of doing business, and also some of the great stores that and great customer service experiences that we may like and replicate and remember. Because I try to, especially with this show and everything, or when I go places, I do try to have and detail and respect that kind of classic style of doing business, because I think that there's always a standard. There's always got to be a standard. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've told you about Between Riverside and Crazy, a fantastic Pulitzer Prize winning play. It's playing at the Riverfront Playhouse. We had the distinct pleasure of interviewing Mr. Philip Edward Van Leer. He is the lead actor in this great play. It's by Stephen Adley Jurgis, and it is going all the way to October 8th, Fridays and Saturdays at 8 o'clock p.m. So that's tonight and tomorrow night if you are interested. $17 for adults, $15 for students and seniors. Call 630-897-9496 for more information, and tell them that you heard about it here on Good Morning Aurora. Next, we have Black Fine Art Month, kicking off with the signature Pigment International Salon Talk in partnership with the Aurora Public Art Commission, Aurora Downtown, and the Cottonseed Creative Exchange, Sunday, October 2nd at the David L. Pierce Art and History Center. Brunch starts at 1 p.m. and will feature Aurora-based artist Dada Soulface, Jade Williams, and my dear friend and Navy veteran Yvonne Michelle Tony, the owner of the Cottonseed Creative Exchange. There's also going to be a performance by professional figure skater Ron Allen, but we ain't got no ice, so I'm wondering what that gonna look like. Is he gonna wear like the roller blades and just do, that'll be cool. So let's all see it together. Also, our dear friend Sandra Harrison, the CEO of DVA Leadership and Development Training Consultants, will MC the event. Part of the Anchor Curatorial Residence at Austin Town Hall Fighting Ceremony that opens on Friday, or Friday past, works have been featured on the campus of the Dominican University. So this is no small thing, ladies and gentlemen, no small thing at all. All right, and then I'm going to detail briefly, we told you guys about this, and it's very important. The city of Aurora recently voted to adopt and accept a study that shows the city needs to get more contracts to minority and women-owned business. City council members approved the availability and disparity study, first commissioned in 2020 but delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. It showed that the city has a disparity in awarding contracts to minority and women-owned businesses in different categories of purchase. The study was done by Griffin and Strong Incorporated of Atlanta. It also came with recommendations on how the city can remedy the spending disparity. With acceptance of the study, beginning to implement some of those recommendations is the next step. Stay tuned, because Good Morning Aurora is going to chase this story to the ends of the earth. This story is it's a fox. It's a hound. And we are on the horse. If anyone knows Old English hunting, we're right behind it. It's kind of ducking in the grass. We see it, and we will catch it. Did you, last but not least, September 29th is the What Matters event. This will be taking place at Bureau Gravity downtown. Monica, did you detail this?
I did it.
You didn't? Okay. It'll be detailed at Bureau Gravity on LaSalle Street, 56 South LaSalle Street. We have posted the link to this on our Facebook page. It's like our third post down. So please, on September 29th, go there. The show is going to be featuring Marshall Garcia. Photos, videos, and all kinds of cool stuff. There's also going to be a photo and video contest as well. So get ready for that. The time is 8:39 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We're here with Denise Flowers, me, and more. Okay, Matthew Orr, good morning. KG King, good morning to you as well. All right. So when it comes to doing business and doing it the right way, what are some businesses who's impressed you in business?
Who has impressed me in business?
Mm-hmm. Who have you been like, wow, I like this. This is great.
The store we're in now, the space we're in now, there was another company there. And out of curiosity, we started looking at what they sold and what they had and what they did. It was Robert Graham. Their customer service skill brought it up a notch.
Okay.
And if anyone don't know, Robert Graham is a men's clothing store, specifically shirts. So,
Robert Graham.
Okay. So that some of the things they did for their customers impressed us.
Okay.
And we're trying to emulate in some of those ways because it was just, okay. Yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was the customer service.
Give him a little sticker at the end. I like that. Yeah. Or whatever it was. I try to. I've noticed some great things in business that have stuck with me, even if it wasn't good.
Yes.
I went out to eat at a place. I'm not gonna name them, but the customer service wasn't the best, and there was a wait, which had us thinking like, you know what, should we even wait here? But come to find out that the business hires almost exclusively folks who are dealing with disabilities and on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
So the place is absolutely fantastic, and it also provided us a way to check ourselves and realize, like, you know what? What's the greater good here? This is the greater good. This is the kind of thing. So, without naming any names, have you ever seen any customer service that you thought was the worst ever?
There is, and I'm not going to name any name, and everyone who knows me knows this. There was this one clothing store that I lived out of. I had a credit card with them, and let me just say that credit card was always a high balance.
Right.
I loved their clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in. My family and I, we do yearly, pre-pandemic, we did yearly trips to New York. New York was one of our favorite places. And while we were in New York, we were going to a Mary J. Blige concert. I took my outfit with me. Yeah, she did a great concert, but wasn't really satisfied. I'm like, well, let's just go here and see if I can find something new.
Right.
So we went into the store and immediately was followed.
Oh yeah, right.
So I'm like, okay. And then one of the manager, who I later find out, made a comment that had my blood boiling, and I just stormed out the door. And my sisters, and we had a friend with us, and they're like, what's going on? Because I didn't say anything, I just stormed out.
Right.
Walked back in and got to the car and said, no, I need to address this.
This is New York.
This is New York.
Okay.
Went back in, addressed the situation, proceeded to pull out my card and said, I have this card. This will be the last time I shop in your store again, unless I get an apology. The corporate never apologized to me, even though it's got several, and I've not been in that store since.
Right.
I will not shop at this particular company. Love their clothing. Will never shop at them again.
Something my mom taught me was, I remember the way she said it. I can't necessarily quote it right now, but she said basically like, you know, your dollar. You know, if they don't treat you right,
you take your dollar away.
Take your dollar away. You know, that's what really gets them and hits them. You know, my mom always taught me that, like, you know what, don't spend no dollars where you won't be hired. But if they give you anything funny, just take your dollar away.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, and I'm certainly guessing that the corporate experience is something that, as a business owner, you are trying to temper. Is that a fair assessment? Like, are you trying to do better?
I'm trying to do better, and I'll give you an example. We're often judged by our looks, and we are all guilty of that. We look at someone and we judge them. That's human nature. That's just the way we're built. So in our store, we try to take that piece of judgment out. And I had this wonderful example. These young men came in our store, different races, different ages, But if you looked at them, you saw a group of troublemakers.
Right.
And they walked in our store, and they were trying on the boondocks. They were looking at the boondocks. And I'm like, try it on.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what? I said, try it on.
Right.
And one of the guys said, I don't have the money. I said, I didn't ask you, did you have the money? I
Yeah.
said, try it on.
Right.
I said, try it on, take a picture. Show it to your friend. Look what, I said, we grew up being very poor, going into stores and just trying on things what we wanted. So to these kids, I said, try it on, have fun. I had the best time of my life with those kids. 2 of those kids bought boondock shirts, and boondock shirts are not expensive. And one of what impressed me even more so is one of the young men said, we went into the other store and all we got was followed, and we were pretty much told to get out of the store. You made us feel like we were family. I think that's what we want in our store. So when you walk, but don't get me wrong, don't steal from me, because someone did that once, and yeah,
Right.
no, and in our store, I got that, but we want to treat our customers with the dignity and respect anybody deserves, but don't cross that line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't make the West Side come back to Yorkville. Don't do
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
you don't want that.
Valerie, our dear friend, is here. Thank you very much, Monica, for putting that in the chat. Got the links in there for you guys from Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry for the What Matters show, and for the Google Docs forum as well. The time is 8:46. So long ways from the time and the memories of Chicago and the experience. We were talking about that before the microphone came on. What have you learned? Business, sure, but what have you learned? What has Denise Flowers learned now and doing business and seeing so much that the person on the West Side, who we still love and care for, our people, that they could take part in but aren't, or anything like that? What do they need that we've seen?
My biggest thing is, I think a lot, especially our young ones, don't have a hope. They have no vision of what their future could be.
Mm-hmm.
So that hope, and we were instilled with a hope. So that hope will keep you alive, for lack of a better word, will give you a sense of what your future could be, what it is going to be. Not could be, but what it is going to be. Education is key. Education is key, and not college necessarily, not degrees or anything, but education in whatever you're passionate in. Because just because you have a college degree does not make you successful. But if your passion is to make candy, then you be the best candy maker there ever was. We had the privilege of growing up with our great grandmother, who lived through World War I and had all of these stories and just imparted so much wisdom. What she told us growing up was, and I remember this, if you are going to be a thief, you be the best thief there is.
Right.
And that's what you need to take away. Not that she was saying to be a thief, but whatever thing you're doing in life, you need to give it your all, your best.
Right.
And that's what there's a standard that's been set, and that bar is low, and we've been told we can't reach anything above that, but we can. And that's what that hope comes back into, and having something in your future.
Right. Now you mentioned you've done a lot of pop-ups and things like that. I've been of the opinion that resources, pop-ups, and things like that are what business nowadays is.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? I do believe that the dynamic of it, and it's a lot of industries I'm not in, which I'm not in retail, so my whole pop-up ism. I go to pop-ups rather than do the popping up. But I do believe that the entire culture of business now has changed and shifted.
I would agree.
Okay.
Marketing is one. That's a strength that I'm trying to work on.
And I don't know if people are ready was to follow, to that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, and pop-up is right.
Right.
You're right, because we still do pop-ups.
Okay.
Because it directs attention back to our business.
Right.
We'll do a pop-up and not sell anything, but we've given out 100 cards, or we've told them where our website is, and we get business from that.
Right.
So our mindset of how we do business, people aren't shopping so much in person. The experience is more online. So when they do shop in person, you have to make sure that they remember you.
Right.
And that you remember them.
Right. Now you mentioned marketing. You're trying to do more with marketing,
We're trying to do more with marketing, social media, marketing, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all of these which is none of our strengths. And when I say my sister's strengths, the kids know it. So we're working on that now. We're actively seeking marketing help. I'm taking classes in marketing. So business is it's a learning experience, and you have to be willing to continue to learn.
Gloria Gerardo says, good morning to you, Aurora. I hope you will have a nice day. Stay safe and warm today. Have a blessed day today. Have a nice weekend too. Amen. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. I like, because it's getting chillier. We're going to need that warmth. The time is 8:51 a.m. Did we forget anything? What did we talk? We talked about life. We talked about the pursuit of happiness. We talked about me and more. We talked about the fashion show, Me Being Me, which will be tomorrow from noon to 2:30 p.m. DJ Lip Gloss from the west side of Chicago is going to be the DJ. Starts at about noon, but goes to 4 p.m.
The music will start at 11.
Music starts at 11. Okay, excuse me. Music will be at 11. The event goes until 4 p.m. All right. Now let's talk about what really matters. Where do you go when you hang out? And where's your favorite restaurant in Aurora? Oh yeah, the Wheels.
See, now you have to I don't really go to restaurants. I love to cook.
Okay.
So when I hang out, it's generally with the family at one of our houses, and it's generally me cooking, or some sort of cooking, or one of us cooking. So what happens is our youngest sister, she's an entertainer. She's the entertainer of us. So she will invite people all to her home, and we hang out. We enjoy company.
What is your specialty meal? What do you make that nobody else can make? What do you make that is just?
There would be two things that I would make that everyone always want me to bring. It's either my chicken Alfredo.
Oh, okay.
Or it's my seafood lasagna.
Chicken Alfredo or seafood lasagna. Oh, Lord. Got a brother hungry right now. Oh, goodness gracious. I love seafood.
Yeah, you would love my
and
seafood.
Lasagna, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never even heard of seafood lasagna.
Nobody has.
Wow, okay, yeah.
So, nobody has. The first time I made it, everybody like, you don't put seafood in lasagna? Yeah.
Okay.
It's with the white sauce, so yeah.
All right, yeah. Because I was just thinking, like, how would that look? Would that be marinara okay?
It's with the white sauce.
Okay. Growing up, what is the biggest impact that your dad had on your life?
Well, it wasn't a good one. I'll just put that out there. But it made me see what I won't accept and what I will accept. And to know that there are men out there who can give me what I will accept.
I once was told that sometimes knowing what you won't put up, or knowing what you don't want, and what you won't put up with, is, it can be as powerful as, or not more powerful than what you will and what you want. Yeah.
Yeah. And it gave me a strength of purpose. So, yeah.
Do you feel like we as a society are preparing the next generation adequately for what's next? No?
We're not.
We're not?
We're not.
What are we lacking in when it comes to teaching them that?
It's still, we don't teach them that in order to get respect, you have to give respect. We fell in on that. Common courtesy is not so common anymore. When my nephew was younger, we went into this one store, and the lady gave him something. I said, "Tell her thank you." No. I was like, "What?" And he said that to a black woman. I said, "What?" He says, "No, she should have given it to me. This entitlement, this whole entitlement thing, give it back."
Right.
So the lady was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's not okay.
Right.
So I see parents with they put this entitlement into their children. They don't teach them common respects. Please, thank you. Me, it's opening the door for a lady. Ladies being respectful. We don't teach them this. We're teaching them that the world owes them something. The world does not owe you anything. Is that
one of the negative effects of social media, do you think?
I think so. Because social media, it's all about me. We're forgetting that it's not all about me. It's not that I can take a picture of myself, selfie, and post, even to what we eat. I don't necessarily need to know what you eat every single day. And that's my personal opinion. But it's all on us, and we forget that the world is not just made of Denise. It's 8 billion people last time I count.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to show the respect to every single one of those until they give me a reason not to.
My final question before I give my goodbye to folks, but actually you will get the word of the day.
Okay.
You get the word of the day. You get the word of the day. Jen Ingram says this woman is a sage. Jen, hit the like button on that. What do you like most about being a businesswoman?
Being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Right. Okay.
To be honest, and that's even not quite true, because you're limited. You have to still keep in mind your focus. So you don't have 100% freedom, but you also have the freedom. I don't want that in my store, so I don't have to put that in my store.
Right.
You know what? Or I don't have to accept a bad behavior. Or yeah.
Right. Okay. No, I understand that. I understand that. Kind of like when we started talking, I like the ability to not replicate.
Yeah.
The same kind of foolishness that you can find on your phone with a lot of stuff, The time is 8:58. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today to the people of Aurora?
Come out and visit us.
Okay.
But more than that, I think it goes back. Everybody deserves respect until proven otherwise. And if we can do that, if we can show respect to every person we meet until proven otherwise, we've accomplished something.
I like that. Everyone deserves respect. That's right. Absolutely. Everybody has a story to tell.
Yep.
Everyone has something that they're going through. There's just so many things to that. That's a great message. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. I really enjoyed talking to you.
I did too.
This was awesome.
We
look forward to doing this again. So tomorrow I have to work, but I tell you what, I'm coming to the second annual fashion show. A brother is going to be there. I will be there in full effect, taking pictures. Congratulations on everything that you're doing. Once again, the Outlet Mall, Tomorrow, the Me Being Me first annual fashion show starts music will be at 11 a.m. The event goes until 4 p.m. right by the fountain area at the outlet mall. See you guys on Monday for another great show. Have a blessed, positive, productive, and fanatically motivated weekend, and be safe out there. Take care of yourself and each other.